In this video, you'll find out how to recognize the tide of power associated with the month of December. And I'll share how to make the most of the spiritual energetic upgrade opportunities that exist at this time. I'm Franchelle of Ofsoské-Wyber, with over 45 years of experience helping tens of thousands of clients and teaching students around the world. I bring the sacred wisdom of my spiritual lineage forward to you. December is traditionally one of the most powerful times of the spiritual year. And traditionally at this time of the year, high-frequency spiritual light and energy begins to stream down to earth from the spiritual worlds. And this energy intensifies in the lead up to Christmas and reaches its peak on Christmas Day. While, like most of us, you may be feeling particularly sensitive at the moment, you can also use the cycle to your advantage by tapping in to the uplifting spiritual energies and accelerating your journey up the evolutionary spiral. It's also an opportunity to prepare yourself to receive increasingly higher levels of spiritual guidance and insight, and to follow your unique spiritual destiny. It offers a powerful opportunity to energetically and spiritually upgrade ourselves in a particular and important way. And it offers us the opportunity to ride a primary tide of spiritual power. While there are secondary and tertiary tides of power, it's the primary tide of power that we are most concerned with at an esoteric and spiritual level at this time. This primary tide of power that is available for us to ride is as ancient as time. It's not connected to any religious belief or persuasion. It's simply a force or a power in the universe that in a sense is neutral. It's an intensification of energies, it's a vortex, it's a portal, it's all and it's none of these things. It is what it is, but it is what we make of it. So it's up to us whether we avail ourselves of the opportunity and the invitation and choose to go through the magical metaphysical doorway and up the steps into a higher energetic frequency and reality, or whether we choose to walk right on by and continue life and reality as we currently know it. The spirit of Christmas doesn't care. In that sense, it is impersonal, and yet it is personal, for it offers us a unique type of spiritual opportunity once a year to step up and out of and beyond our own personal self-created limiting realities of life and our inner world, as well as out of the accepted or established reality or madness of the outer world, the world of mass consciousness. To take advantage of this opportunity, we will have to move beyond the reach of the magnetic pull of the lunar world. And the lunar world is associated with mass consciousness, with the subconscious and unconscious minds, with the personality-focused world of distorted realities that keep us bound to the wheel of repetitive cycles and patterns. So the lunar world is associated with our old conditioning and limitations, the automatic reactions and the predictable behaviors, the, oh, well, that's just how I am kind of mindset. But this time of the year, December, provides a natural opportunity to change our definition of, well, that's just how I am, or, oh, well, that's just how it's done, that's just the way it is. It's an opportunity to realize that you don't have to be that way anymore, and it doesn't have to be that way anymore. Nothing has to be what it was anymore. You can be another way. You can change from one state to another, from being one person to another person. It can be another way. It's also what I call sorting hat time on the inner planes. an assessment time when, from a spiritual point of view, our progress or lack of it, as the case may be, determines many things in the great game of our life. So there are a number of key times in the spiritual year where we can ride very powerful primary tides of power. You know, these are times when we can raise our game, clear out the old, and give birth to ourselves anew at a metaphysical level. And the month of December truly is one of those very significant times. It's a time when we are invited to step it up, to step it out, to step over an invisible threshold and give birth to a more real and authentic expression of ourselves. One of the main reasons for this is the increased spiritual energy and light that starts to come into the planet starting approximately 6 weeks before Christmas and intensifying in the 4 weeks before Christmas. And this increased spiritual energy, higher frequency spiritual energy, has an increasingly energetic intensity. So what this means is that we are exposed to both a higher frequency energy than we've been currently used to receiving, and we are receiving that energy as an increasing intensity or pressure on our consciousness. And this higher frequency energy and light is designed to shatter our crystalline energetic structures so that we can break out, that we can liberate ourselves from old established safe patterns of behavior or limiting or emoting. But the sad reality is that the majority of mass consciousness does not avail themselves of this opportunity, and it's completely wasted. They did not discover or find their Christmas present from the divine under the tree, you know, an important, an opportunity to give birth to a new definition of themselves. The normal response by mass consciousness is to react physically, emotionally, and mentally to the high frequency pressure and energy in a spiritually unintelligent manner. So let's look at this high frequency energy and light as we generally see it exhibited by mass consciousness, who are reacting to the increased frequency, to the high frequency light at a lunar or personality predictable level. So getting stressed, becoming reactive, getting drawn into the hype, the drama, the expectations, getting caught up in family stuff, projections and dramas, spending more than you'd planned to or wanted to, eating more than you'd planned to or wanted to, drinking more than you planned to or wanted to, getting caught up in the world, getting caught up in the business of Christmas, feeling all over the place, spinning out everywhere, and at the end of it saying, I am so glad it's over. And then, of course, turning around and doing the same thing the next year and the next and the next. It doesn't have to be that way. Here are some simple things that you can do to learn to feel this tide of power and ultimately to align with it so that the high frequency energy uplifts and exalts you and enables you to meet the new year as a new person. I've always felt that starting New Year resolutions are a bit after the main event. Tip 1, get up just before sunrise, before the day starts. Tune into, feel your own energy before the day starts. Learn to recognize your own energy so that you can stay in the center of the wheel and not go down the snakes, but up the ladders, if we're to liken it to a game of snakes and ladders, the game of life. I also take my First Light Flower Essences of New Zealand Constitutional Blend to support my physical, emotional, mental self during the spiritual upgrade time. Tip 2, establish the learning for the day. The planet Saturn is associated with this tide of power. So get your learning coordinates for the day. You know, you're in the classroom of life. What's the exam? What's the test for today that will come during this high frequency time? And I use my Celestial Compendium cards to establish the test or exam that I'm going to be facing. I'll select a planetary card, a zodiacal sign card, and a Mansion of Life card. And I'll also select an alchemical card. Tip number 3, the power of ritual. I use 8th Ray Ritual from my book, 8th Ray Magic. Ritual sets your sat nav. It's your GPS that keeps you on track, keeps you in alignment, attunement, and in accord with this December tide of power. It's your pole star. So ritual lets your subconscious know where you're going. It sets the coordinates. The 8th Ray Ritual that I use every morning during this December time of high frequency energy, specifically to enable me to ground and earth and be a conduit for the high frequency light and energy, is a simple one, working with the powers of the cosmos. I work with the planet Saturn, the zodiacal sign of Capricorn, and the 10th house. I use the 8th Ray Chalice Ritual and use the Saturn Elixir and oil and the Aura Mist. But if you want to step it up a bit, you can use the Flower of Venus Ritual to fully earth and to be able to be a conduit for the energy. I will start with the 8th Ray Ritual, and as we get closer, 8th Ray Chalice Ritual, as we get closer to December, I'll move into the Flower of Venus Ritual. Both of these Saturn-based rituals act as a spiritual anchor to ground, stabilize you so you can attune, align, and come into accord with yourself and with the high frequency energy, and as a result, birth yourself anew. In addition to those 3 tips, for those who are serious about maximizing this opportunity for the spiritual warrior, this time of the year is a perfect time to focus on doing a self-purification and energetic detox program to recalibrate, reset, and re-energize in preparation for the new energetic matrix that the new year brings. So it's a great time. December is a great time to begin to actively work with high frequency energy to exponentially upgrade your consciousness. For those who are serious about self-purification with high frequency light, then I recommend the Medicine Woman Center for Shamanic and Esoteric Studies Rite of the 6 Moons online course. It's a self-purification and energetic detoxification process that's done using high frequency energies in the form of specialized master teacher plant essences that, when taken in a specialized manner and following specific ancient protocols, can quite literally flood the person's consciousness with high frequency spiritual light, and in so doing facilitate that inner process of inner cleansing, as well as anchoring spiritual light into the being, the aura, the chakra, the DNA.